There's a scenario in your world, in your life, where you are free. And it starts by bringing the unconscious stories that we are telling ourselves, the unconscious patterns we are playing out over and over and over again, and bringing and shedding light onto them and bring them into conscious understanding. You see, you have problems perhaps in your life. I have problems in my life because we have these unconscious patterns, unconscious stories, unconscious roles that we're just playing out. We're just telling ourselves. And it takes time and effort and perhaps some energy to be still and to shed some light onto these patterns. The first thing we like to do when I'm talking to men, is like, what is the lowest level of responsibility that you can take in your life right now? First, there's deep work to be had, certainly, but we need to start flattening and digging up the land and bringing out the weeds. We have to start doing some foundational level work before we can even think about some of the bigger things. Like, there are so many spiritual abilities and wonderful powers out there, such as astral projection, telepathy, all sorts of amazing, cool things you and we all have the ability to do. It's just, you don't jump off into that. It's not the first thing you do when you think about spirituality. When you're first opening your eyes as a baby, you don't immediately start running. You have to learn how to stay on your belly, and then you have to hold yourself up, and then you have to start learning how to crawl. So there's phases of a baby's development, and you can mirror that onto your spiritual development. The big things will come if you are diligent and if you're consistent and you're honest and you're curious. Most of all, curiosity will take you very, very far in your spiritual journey. Curiosity, even if you forego just the whole spirituality aspect and just completely ignore it. Curiosity, if you just merely focus on improving your lifestyle and setting up your mindset frame correctly, then even curiosity there will help you more than anything else, on top of the diligence and consistency, right? If you can be patient with yourself and be diligent and be consistent in this journey of taking the unconscious things and making them conscious, just like Carl Jung have said, you will find success. You will find success in your life. And one of the main things that, at least for men, it shows the first improvement or the most immediate response. Because in this world, we're all like, now, 15-second, if not less, of attention span. The most immediate effect that you will sort of go to or biased towards is that of physical health improvement. And generally that's like running or like losing fat or gaining muscle. Generally those are one of the camps, and perhaps both. If your training is correct, you're going to increase muscle mass while also decreasing your fat percentage. So with these two areas showcase more of an immediate feedback loop, positive feedback loop, so that you can continue believing that this is the way, that this is the path. The difficulty with some of the more spiritual, metaphysical geared practices or habits or routines is that sometimes they take more than often, you will have some time delay between the time you start working on the habit to the time the benefits start showing up, such as meditation. Meditation, it took me over a month before I started recognizing some of the more profound, yet subtle and quiet benefits of meditation. Journaling. It took me a long time to see the benefits of journaling and to consistently apply that habit in my life. These things, they're very powerful. But most people, and me, myself included in this, it's hard for us to believe if it doesn't immediately give us some benefit. If it doesn't immediately hit us. I drink an energy drink, for example. Now, I don't drink those, but I do drink coffee. Now, if I drink coffee and the effects of coffee were 24 hours later, would I still drink coffee? Probably not. I would want something more immediate, especially if I forgot to drink my coffee the day before. So in this example, there's many such examples like this. But this is all a result of the whole dopamine hacking, social media, the YouTube, the content that's out there, where if you're not, dopamine systems aren't being rewarded and I'm not squeezing and pumping on them enough, you're going to move on to something that's something a little bit more entertaining. When I do meditation, I'm not hitting those same dopamine channels. I'm not hitting those. So I'm building a system of inner reliance and an inner consistency so that the benefits will play out over the long term. They'll play out over the long term. My writing, those habits will play out over the long term, those benefits. Same thing with martial arts. Same thing with Qigong. When I am doing a Qigong flow, I'm going through it slowly. I'm not looking for muscle soreness. I'm getting stronger. But at the same time, I'm not aiming to exhaust myself, exhaust my energy system, exhaust my muscular systems, exhaust my cardiovascular systems. My Qigong, I'm moving slowly and purposefully. I'm doing this every day. And then I will build those systems that are deeply reliable. I will be able to relax my nervous system at will and at command, right? And I've learned this as one benefit when I'm doing Yoga Nidra, for example. Yoga Nidra, as a direct result of doing Yoga Nidra so much, I can immediately, within a minute of lying down, I can withdraw my consciousness. I can withdraw the sensations from my limbs, and I can concentrate everything up here. These are skills that if I had told myself I would have a year ago, I wouldn't have believed it. But after doing these things consistently and often and with the intent and bringing my belief into them that what I'm doing is actually powerful, what I'm doing is actually very beneficial, then I know, give it some time and it will play out. I can't control how it's going to play out, but at least in this moment, I'm going to do my very best to be consistent and be diligent with the small things so that in the aggregate, the health benefits, the physical benefits are going to play out well in my favor. So this is the difference between some of the immediate and some of the longer term things, some of the immediate short-term goals and some of the long-term goals. And if you're looking to fix and turn your life around, you have to play both sides of the field. And that's the difficulty, is understanding how to play both sides of the field when you've never done that before. And so really it's if I could simply provide any program to anybody, it would be simply do something physical whether it be eating correctly, like eating better foods, right? Dropping one or two of your unhealthy snacks or unhealthy eating patterns, or doing some physical activity. Not both at the same time, but do one for a week or two, then add in another for a week or two. And then on the longer term side of the fence, to play both sides, start a little journaling habit. Just write your thoughts, write your fears, write your, what you're worried about. What are you afraid of? What are your hopes? What are your dreams? It doesn't matter what they are, just write it. Give it voice. Because when you write these things, you start to uncover the stories and some of the patterns inside. That is what we are trying to do long term. So I'm going to leave you with that. If you like these sort of stories, you like these sort of conversations, drop me a comment, drop me a like. I'm hoping that these are of value to you. So if you are finding any of this valuable, hit the subscribe button. That lets me know and YouTube know more than anything that you like this. So do let me know. If you have anything that you want me to talk about, drop me a comment and we'll see what we can do about it. Okay? Y'all have a great day. Take care.